Okay, I'd like to open the public hearing. It is 10 a.m. on August 14th. A notice of public hearing was given pursuant to Article 18A of the New York State General Municipal Law that the IDA will host the public hearing on August 14th at 10 a.m. at the Town of Callicoon Town Hall, 19 Legion Street, Jeffersonville, New York, in connection with an application received from Homestedt and North Branch Cider Mill, who has submitted an application, a copy of which is on file and a copy of which is also here, requesting the agency's assistance with respect to a certain project consisting of the construction, reconstruction, renovation, rehabilitation, installation, and equipping of 2 buildings aggregating 11,000 square feet, intended to be tourism destination, dining establishment, retail shops, design studio, and residence. Together, the project and situate on 3 parcels of real estate comprising approximately 2.25 acres located at 38 and 44 North Branch Callicoon Central Road in North Branch in the town of Callicoon. I will accept comments from anyone in the public. No one has arrived yet, but I'll keep the public hearing open for 15 to 20 minutes.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Right.
I'm Tommy, by the way.
What's your name?
Julio.
Julio?
Yes.
I'm Tom Bose.
Hi, Tom.
I'm supervisor.
Yes.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
So,
Just so you know, I am live recording on our YouTube channel.
all right, I can't get away with anything. What will I say?
But yeah, you're welcome to give any comment and I can take this report.
Okay.
And I have a copy of the application. The
I
notice
think
and,
I have it. I was
okay.
emailed it.
Okay.
All right, so. So, the applicant will not attend the hearing then, correct? It's just you as, and what is your official role?
I'm the project manager.
Project manager?
Yes.
Okay, so you work for the Homestead?
No, I work for the IDA.
Oh, you work for the IDA? Okay, I'm
Yes.
sorry, I didn't know that.
Yes.
All right, good. How long you been with them?
About 8 years.
None of my projects are in town,
Yeah.
so I don't know you, so I
Yeah.
apologize.
That's okay.
So the little bit I know from reading the application and looking at it, that the applicant has an existing business in another township. In
Yes.
Rockland. if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
he in Livingston Manor.
Okay.
He has a
so-
little shop where he does his design services and I think they have some retail.
Okay. Is that an IDA project too?
No, that's just a small, a shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
This is a much bigger, in comparison to that.
Okay.
Because you know the North Branch Cider Mill, I'm sure.
Yes,
So-
yeah, I know, of the project, and again, reading a little bit of the application, always, first of all, I want to wish them luck for sure, right? Want to see businesses that are healthy and survive and bring something to our town. And again, we haven't had over the years a lot of ID projects. The only one that comes to my mind is Peck, the supermarket in Jeffersonville. But of course, one of the provisions of the applicant or of the applicants are pending IDA's consideration is basically a guarantee of jobs to be created. And I think if I remember, full-time jobs in this applicant was it 8 full-time jobs?
That's correct. Yes. 8 full-time or full-time equivalent.
Okay, so can you explain that what is the difference in that, full-time or full-time equivalent? I'm not sure.
So if you have 2 part-time employees that work 20 hours a week, but they add up to 40 hours a week, that would equal 1 full-time.
Okay.
So it takes into account, you know, seasonal employment.
Right. I guess so that was, of course, one of my other questions too. I know, of course, they're gonna restore the actual press and cider mill. Okay. And what other retails? There's a few other stores that are involved with this.
It's all going to be under the umbrella of the Homestead, but they will have like a design studio, a wood shop.
A design studio for what? I mean, that's pretty. Cool.
Interior design.
Interior design.
Yeah. Or construction design.
I mean, like engineering.
Architectural, yeah, they build homes, they have some homes building, they've completed one, I believe, and they're currently in construction of another residential home.
Residential.
Mhm.
Okay, so this will be just offices for.
Right. But they will have a wood shop, they'll have some, you know, retail,
Wood shop, what, working with,
yeah, for furniture design. So they'll make their.
gonna build it? Or just design?
Both. They'll have a wood shop to build.
How big is the proposed buildings of it, other than what's there now? The original cider mill.
Well, there's a few buildings.
Yeah.
So I think in the, well, I guess it formerly was a residential home. But it's an 11,000 square foot barn.
Oh,
building.
barn, yeah, residential. Yeah, I'm not aware of that, but I can't.
So it's not the cider mill.
Right, yeah,
Itself, but
it's a separate, yeah,
it's separate building.
not residential, but this predates me probably as far as, certainly being on the board, but I've been on the board for 24 years, but I remember the cider mill when it was in business. I don't know, I wouldn't say it's heyday, but in the 70s it was, you know, open, but seasonal, of course. So the 8 jobs, okay, or full-time, and what are have they specified what the jobs are, what they would be?
Yes, on the last page of the application, in an appendix with the detail of positions and the salaries.
Yes, I didn't see this. I looked in the email. I don't remember seeing this page, but I could have missed it. I've had a busy week and weekend and glanced through it. Homestead barn manager. So there'll be a restaurant, I guess. I see it's full-time chef, an assistant chef.
And there's some more detail about the project in there.
So when is the determination finally made? Will be one more meeting of the IDA determination of this, of the application.
So the board has a meeting at 11 o'clock today.
Oh,
So I'll probably.
Is that a regular meeting or that?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a regular meeting. So I'll bring up any comments from here, from there. There was another public hearing at 9 for the Villarama project over in town of Delaware. So my colleague and I will go to the board, sharing the comments being.
As far as any comments, you can see there's not many. There was what, 2 other, our assessor Jackie was here and Julie.
Yeah.
Okay, Julie lives in North Branch, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, very hopeful, just to see questions and some more questions about the other business and how successful they've been. Uh, I read the applicant's name, Thomas Roberts.
Yes.
So I knew some Roberts from Livingston Manor, but I don't think he was that family. I don't know, he might be.
I don't think so, yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't rooted there.
Right.
Okay, that makes no difference to me. I just was curious if he was related to the ones I know. Yeah, always hopeful, but of course always have some questions, we do things like this. I understand that there's risks to be taken. As a small town, any type of revenue source that we would have, and we don't get sales tax thanks to our county because they don't want to share it like most of the counties in the state. But the mortgage tax, that's it's a fair part of our revenue. Not huge, but it helps. So that will be completely abated, the mortgage tax, correct?
Yes, if he takes a mortgage, there's an exemption of up to, at least what they're considering, up to $8,720. And that's on the second page of this application. Yeah. And then there is a sales tax exemption of up to $45,000 for the construction or equipment source. And the application has a to be determined real property tax abatement. However, that number is 0. And that
What
is
is 0? I'm sorry.
the real property tax abatement.
Well, it says to be determined.
Right, and so we have the cost benefit analysis that's done by a third party, from Shipstone, and that is the damage. So that's pretty much the estimated value of in consideration for this fund.
Just having a little trouble hearing him.
Sorry.
No,
Sometimes
that's
I
right.
talk a little low.
My wife tells me that all the time. I don't hear her, but I said I'm trying to hear everything that I want to hear.
Yeah.
And this would be, the abatement will be over the 10-year period?
Yeah, it'll be. It'll be a. This is part of our program. Our tourism. So yeah, that's the uniform tax exemption policy program. So in consideration of the abatements, the construction determined that for every dollar in costs to the local taxing jurisdictions, for every dollar, $6 will be generated.
We've been there for 8 years, so that doesn't always work out, right? Again, fingers crossed, but and I certainly would tell hopefully I can meet with Robert sooner than later and talk with him himself. I'll look it out a little bit. So you're saying with your 11 o'clock meeting today, a final determination will be made on this application?
Yes, it's on the agenda.
Is it likely that there could be any adjustments to what is being proposed as far as Because I think the partnership is involved too, right? Is there some money from partnership, economic development?
There was a loan, I believe, approved.
It's a zero or low interest loan from them. Is that-
Yeah, I don't think it's zero, but it's lower than market rates.
Okay, I'm gonna call Mark and see what he knows about this. Yeah, just being curious, I want to know. So the other IDA project, again, that in my history here and knowledge was the supermarket.
Yeah, and that was for an expansion, I believe.
Yes. Right, and it's been a number of years. I don't know what year that was, but it's out there ways.
Been a while. I think it's that agreement probably ending at some point.
Well,
yeah.
I hope it does, but there was some questions whether the jobs that were again proposed, if they actually were hired. It looks good on the application. That was one of the questions here. So over this course of this and the project itself, who oversees this? Is there personnel that, follows up? I'm sure there is, but it follows up
Yes.
and holds them feet to the fire type of thing?
Yes, and those goals are outlined in the pilot.
Those are what?
Those goals are outlined in the pilot agreement.
Sure.
And so if those goals aren't met, there's a financial reduction here.
But who, their lack of a better term, polices that? Is there?
I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna be coming after you.
Yeah, and so, yeah, we do an annual survey of the employees that we have, and that has a direct impact on their, annual.
Should we physically, on the property and see what's going on? Is there any, limitations or not limitations, but requirements for locally purchased materials for construction or anything, or contractors? I know it's probably suggested, right?
It's highly suggested.
But you
Yes.
can't.
There are some things that, can't be sourced, but for the most part, and for probably a project like this,
Is that a requirement or just a suggestion?
it's highly suggested. Yeah. And that's the goal, really, is to encourage that. We do understand that,
Well, there might be some speculating, right,
right.
that not gonna be locally sourced, but certainly building material, we're gonna do. So certainly, one right here in Jeffersonville, or West California, so we would hope that will.
That's definitely our new goal. Exchange for the community's investment.
Yeah, I'm always surprised when, people are offered a chance to be heard. Very few do. If, something goes wrong, doesn't go quite the way it was, and then you're like, oh, we shouldn't have done that. But I don't know, I mean, this was obviously publicly noticed. I get the email, but it's publicly noticed.
Yeah. Yeah, it was in the newspaper and on our website.
Yes. All right, well, Julio, nice to meet you. And, I do appreciate you being out, allowing this, and
If you have any questions in the future, feel free to call our office. We're always.
I know Jennifer very well.
Oh, good. I know. I'm surprised she couldn't be. I
I
know she
thought
wanted
she
to
would
be
be.
here. I know she wanted to be here, but we had the
The
other.
other one going, well, you tell her I said she should. She's a
I
hometown
will.
girl, and she was great. We did, well, she worked with us a couple of different things, when she was with planning before.
Yes.
Probably the biggest thing she did for us, she helped, but she kind of oversaw our, update to our comprehensive plan. That's probably 10 years ago already.
Yeah.
And she was wonderful. We had a volunteer committee from the town. Deputy supervisor sat on that committee, and we had a planner. You might know her, Nan Stolzenberg from Environmental Community Planning, Environmental something. She's from upstate New York. She worked with us on a per diem basis. And this all volunteer with Jen kind of leading it up. Did what I thought very concise and required update to our comp plan. didn't cost as much, you know, with the planner that was working per diem. We might have spent less than $5,000 doing an update to our comp plan. And so Jen was a big part of that. And she also helped us, I think, when we did our agricultural. So that was back right before I became supervisor. She's been really helpful. She's a wonderful person. All right, well, good. I don't think you're gonna be overrun with any more people coming.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to end at 10:30, 11?
Yeah, there's no time,
Okay.
but I think I'll probably end it so I can bring the comments to the board and.
Yeah, I think you're. Because I haven't heard anything else from on the league.
But thank you for stopping.
All right, good to meet you.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you again.
Thank you.
Thanks.
If there are no other members of the public, I will close the meeting, the public hearing at 10:25 a.m.